Since we're the Tonight Show and we're at UT, Samsung wanted to take it up a notch, so listen very carefully.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
My name is Fitzgerald Allen.
4095 Texas! Okay.
Samsung is going to pay for the remainder of your college tuition.
Boy, do I got a lot of explaining to do. What's good, guys? It's your boy Fitzy Allen, again with another video. If you guys follow me closely on social media, you know that I, as well as two other people, were given one of the greatest things a college student could ever get from Samsung and The Tonight Show. And that's free money! Chill. More specifically, money which I could use in order to exempt me from the rest of my college expenses, which would then help me to move forward in my life creatively without things holding me back. AKA a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I was in a high for a couple of weeks, but now that final season is over, I guess you guys could say that life's harsh reality has finally brought me back down to earth. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how I was gifted this amazing opportunity and everything that came along with it. That's right, y'all, get prepared for a story time video. I haven't made a story time video in like 2 years, but hopefully this is a story that you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's just get right into this video. So it all started one day when I was at the gym, you know, doing the usual, getting them gains as an excuse to put off the rest of my responsibilities. That's when my phone rang, and I thought to myself, who the heck is interrupting my set? They better have a darn good reason to be calling me right now, as I looked down at a number that I've never seen before from New York. Now, most people will be skeptical of numbers they've never seen before, but I was so encompassed by the rage of somebody possibly interrupting me getting more swole that I wanted to answer the phone just to let them have it. Either that or I just answered because I was curious. That part of my memory is a little hazy. Anyway, I answer and it turns out that it's one of the producers of the freaking Tonight Show. He congratulated me and told me that I was one of these students selected to take part in the experience of Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show coming to our college campus. Now, I had absolutely no idea Jimmy Fallon was coming to our campus. Apparently, people were signing up for a raffle to get tickets in order to go to the show, but I had absolutely no idea. So you can only imagine how taken aback I was at this piece of information. So yeah, we're gonna ask you to come up on stage and, you know, be a part of the show. I told him I was an improviser, and I also let him know that I'm a YouTuber as well. So being on stage isn't really a problem for me. And that's when he said, yeah, we saw that. You saw that? What? At this point, I had a million questions going through my head. How did The Tonight Show know that I was an improviser at UT? And how did they know that I was a YouTuber as well? Plus, how did they get my number? The fire of my curiosity was burning. But I decided to quiet it down in hopes to get that information on another day. That's when he said, you know, we're actually planning on meeting up with you today, but you didn't check the email that we sent yesterday. Remember how I made that joke about me putting off some of my responsibilities? Yeah, you guys can put me checking my emails right at the top of that list. I apologize, we rescheduled, and bada boom, bada bing, it's the following Saturday and I'm off to a meeting with Jen Long. From what I know, she works with celebrities and makes sure they get their needs met, but because me and the two other people were kind of the celebrities this time around, it was on her to make sure that we were comfortable. And can I just say one thing? She's an angel, okay? She's just angel. She was kind, she was interesting, and most of all, she was interested in getting to know me as a person, which I greatly appreciated. She explained to me that me, along with the two other people, were going to be asked up on stage on national television and given a prize. The only thing being, she couldn't tell us what the prize was. Now, I was very excited to be getting some surprise gifts, but the YouTuber in me was a lot more excited about the getting seen by millions of people on national television part. So I wasn't really too pressed on seeing what that grand secret was. I was just enjoying the process. Speaking of enjoying the process, she said that me, as well as the two other people involved with this, were going to be asked to be tied into the show somehow before we were called up on stage. So she said that I should stay tuned for all of that. We exchanged numbers, took a selfie, and I went back to my daily life. To which at that point, I was very adamant about keeping my mouth shut. Fast forward, it's the next week. Jen hits me up and tells me that she wants me, as well as the 2 other people, to be incorporated as background actors to the skit that would be playing before the show. That's when she asked me, do you have any classes between 12 to 5? So you're telling me I get to be on set and possibly work with and meet the Jimmy Fallon, and you're worried about me missing an hour and a half of rhetoric and writing?
Yeah, I mean, but I guess I could skip.
Right after, I sent a responsible email to my professor, letting her know why. Just thought I'd let you guys know that part.
Tuesday hits and I'm off to go take part in the filming process. What's good, you guys? About to be on Jimmy Fallon. I'm gonna be an extra in this video. Let's see what happens, y'all. Let's see what happens. Now, I was specifically told to bring some UT Austin spirit wear, but at the moment in time, I didn't think I had any that was high quality enough to be wearing on camera. So I was just gonna go there willy-nilly.
But strangely enough, as I was waiting to cross the road to actually get there, this girl in a wagon of free t-shirts passed right behind me and asked if I wanted one. Now these shirts were definitely a size too small, but I thought, to heck with it. I'm gonna be in the background anyway, so it's not really gonna matter. Yes, this is foreshadowing to an unfortunate event. I had finally made it. I was on set of The Tonight Show at this bar called Hole in the Wall. And right away, I realized how busy it was. There are people running back and forth trying to get stuff figured out. Camera crews, bodyguards, background actors, etc. I sit down at the casting table with the rest of the actors, met up with my soon-to-be sisters, Elizabeth and Elma, the 2 other people that I was talking about before. And then after that, just a lot of waiting. And waiting. I got pretty hungry, but I was able to finesse some on-set refreshments without anybody noticing. Finally, after some waiting, all of the actors were called into the bar to record a mock version of the scene because Jimmy had not arrived on set yet, except Elizabeth, Elma, and I, because we were all under 21. Which was lame. So you know what we're about. More waiting. But it's all good because I'll use this time to get to know Elma and Elizabeth more. To which I found out we were all a part of the University Leadership Network, which gives some context to how we were chosen. On top of that, because Elizabeth, Elma, and I weren't in the scene, we got to see behind the scenes, which I thought was a pretty worthy trade-off. It felt unreal, but I was actually there. I was actually on set of The Tonight Show. And then it happened. It was the Jimmy Fallon. He had arrived on set and everybody was going crazy. I was only able to get a glimpse of him from the corner of my eye before a bunch of people swarmed him when he walked into the room.
That's Jimmy Fallon, bro.
He's real. He's like a real person.
Oh shoot, never would have guessed.
Oh my god, he's wearing burnt orange.
Soon he emerged from out of the people and started walking in my direction. That's right, y'all. Jimmy Fallon approached me. Either that, or I was just standing in front of the entrance where everybody was recording. That part of my memory is also a little bit hazy. But regardless of any of that, I had to do it. I had to shake this man's hand. This was my moment to shine. Make an impression, build that connection. But as he passed by me, I reached out my hand and hoped that he'd notice. But I could not say a word. Just radio silence.
You fumbled the bag, bro.
Are you for real right now?
Are you for real right now? How do you mess up a handshake?
Cracked under pressure like an egg and folded like an omelet.
I can't believe this. I can't
Just
believe
say
you
something.
do this.
Anything.
Bro, you look so dumb right now.
How will you ever face your loved ones again? Craziest 4 seconds of my life. But Jimmy Fallon came in clutch. He shook my hand and said, "Hey, nice to meet you, I'm Jimmy." And then continued on his way. Man, I know who you are, out here making me look stupid. Nah, but on the real though, I can tell from that little interaction that Jimmy was a down-to-earth dude. After filming so long inside of the bar, it was finally time to move outside of the bar. That's right, people, it's time for my debut. All Elma, Elizabeth, and I had to do was just stand outside of the bar, wait for Jimmy to come outside of the bar, and follow him. It was a pretty easy take, although I noticed in the final cut that they used, they cut out the part where we actually ran after Jimmy. My debut was cut short, and now I'm triggered.
Next, we changed location to the UT Plaza right outside of the Union. This is where we filmed the part of the video where Jimmy walked in front of the UT wall.
That's me right there. Seems like a pretty seamless take, right? But little did people know that there were multiple takes that went before this one. Let me explain.
When we first got there, one of the directors asked for some of us to jump on top of the wall, and of course, your boy raised his hand because I was pumped full of adrenaline. With my obvious genetics at hand, jumping on top of that wall should have been nothing but a piece of cake. But as I got a little bit closer, my vision started to kick in, and I realized, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna vertical jump this. But alas, I couldn't let my debut go down in history as a failure, especially in front of all the people that just showed up to watch. So I did my best and I made it on top of that wall. Very slowly, of course. But after a couple of times awkwardly trying to get on top of the UT wall, the directors were like, nah, which ultimately led to the take that you guys see right here.
You have no hops.
No, I do not. After all this, we took a bus ride to 6th Street and recorded the scenes here and here. Nothing really eventful happened here, but it was pretty cool to know that Jimmy Fallon was a kid at heart.
I'm 36 right now.
And I also got this pretty cool video.
And that's that. That's the end of the first day of filming. But that's not exactly where the day ended for me.
You see, when I got home and hopped into bed, I looked at my phone real quick only to see that Jimmy Fallon UT was trending on Twitter. And that's when I saw it. It was this picture of Jimmy Fallon in front of the UT wall. Simple, but for some reason they had this black dude in a small bright blue shirt on top of the wall too. Oh wait, that's me. And unfortunately, this photo went viral.
Dang, bro, they really got you caked up on the UT wall, bruh.
But hey, look on the bright side. If you were to go back and watch that skit right now, you'd be able to see me in every shot I'm in. So thanks, mysterious wagon girl. That blue shirt actually ended up coming in handy. Oh, shoot, are you guys mad about this? Well, you read correctly. I do have to make a part 2. But it's all good because that part 2 should be coming out in a couple of days. And in that part, I'm going to be going over the actual day itself. So if that's something that you guys want to see, subscribe to this channel. But other than that, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. 2019 was a great year. Lots of high highs, lots of low lows, not a lot of in-betweens. But I know for a fact, 2020 is about to be better. My name's Fitzy Allen. Love yourselves and have a